Welcome to the meeting of the Corporate Policy and Finance Committee on Wednesday, the 21st November in the Council Chamber. The first item is apologies. Have we had any apologies?
Yes, Chair, we had two. Councillor Anne James and Councillor Chris Canfield, who's been on the website.
Probably got my cold. Right. Any declarations of interest, colleagues? No. Moving on to agenda item 3. There is no Chairman's report. Any urgent items?
No, Chair.
No. Public questions in accordance with Standing Order 22. Any public questions?
Can't see anyone.
Can't see anybody looking. Nothing been sent in? No. Agenda item 5 is to confirm the minutes of the Corporate Policy and Finance Committee held on the 3rd of October 2018. That you will find the minutes on pages 1 to 4. Any comments on minutes, or can we take it as a proper record?
Yeah.
There are other meetings which have been referred, which refer to the Corporate Policy and Finance Committee, and on pages 5 and 6 you will see the minutes of the Accounts Subcommittee meeting, which was held on 16th of October. At that meeting, there was a recommendation to this committee that the investments made by the RFO be approved. And I ask you to approve those recommendations. Thank you. Agenda item 7, Officers' Report. The first report is the forward plan for 2018-19. Can I ask for any comments on the forward programme? Anybody noticed anything that we need to...
Page 8, it was just consider cancelling this meeting in November. I wasn't sure what that meeting was, actually.
I think it's actually
It is
January.
It's the January meeting,
yes. The January Corporate Policy and Finance meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's because of lack of business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any objections? No?
No.
I think that's our only, well, we've noted and approved, the forward planner. And do we agree that the January meeting should be cancelled?
Well, it was should, is that a good or is it possible? Maybe.
No, we will cancel it unless it's a really urgent item.
Unless it's urgent. Okay.
We can't foresee anything.
Okay, agenda item 7.2, which is the budgetary control for 2018-19. Does anybody have any comments or queries on that report?
Just something positive. I thought the commercial income is very, very good. I think the town hall will be commended for bringing in its money. I think people don't appreciate what a good thing it is.
I think if it was a private company doing it, everybody would be saying how wonderful.
Unbelievable.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's nice to balance up our revenue out there with a bit of income, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when I say a bit, what is it?
I think it will come up as well during the next budget item, but the one thing I sort of wanted to flag up is on the adverse variances is what is happening with the income from the Lidecker.
Yeah.
And I think it's something we need to look at, and I know it's coming up, and to find out why, because I know certainly I park there quite often because it makes me walk up the high street to get some exercise, and during the week certainly it is really often fairly it's quite often not very busy, and I don't know what the weekends are like in there as well. They used to be free. So anyway, I just think it's something we need to bottom out.
I parked in there on Saturday and it's been half empty.
Yeah, I came in at 10 o'clock one weekday to come to one of the meetings. It was pretty empty at 10 o'clock in the morning. But
I can't understand it, because if you listen to what people are saying, they're saying that there's never anywhere to park. But our resident says that it's half empty most of the time.
you put the fees up extraordinarily.
it may be, no, I think it's maybe that there's never anywhere to park in the centre.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little bit out
They don't
of
want
the-
to walk
They don't want to
5 minutes.
But I think it's just something we need to sort of
Yeah.
give some thought to.
We are monitoring it sort of month by month, to
Yes.
sort of see how the income's going, and that's just how our trend is looking for this year. So it could turn out slightly better, but better see how it goes.
Do we have any statistics on use? Do we have that, please?
Yeah, we had some at the beginning of the year to sort of see how it panned out with the previous year. But yeah, we can get some.
Yeah,
Because it would be interesting to see what the utilisation is.
because it's normally, it used to be on a Saturday I'd come down and it would get pretty full.
It was free on a Saturday.
Yes, and it used to be very full, which I realise, because it was free, it's not going to affect the income we get from it.
I would recommend it on Sunday. Can I just ask though, I think it's paid by phone only, isn't it?
No,
Am I wrong? Okay.
it's paying on machine as
Oh,
well.
you can pay on machine?
Yeah.
Right.
You can pay on the machine, but there have been problems at times with
We had a
paying
bit of
for
a
it.
problem beginning of the year, soon after the new charges went in.
Yes,
There was a problem with the machine.
and therefore, I don't know to what extent that's affected this,
There's a little bit,
a little bit,
of a
not very much.
dip
No.
in the figures.
Can I just ask another question? Is the income that we've got now bigger than what we had before?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is bigger,
It
but
is
it's not
bigger.
as high as what we
But
estimated.
it's not
as
less
high as
than,
we
it's less
estimated.
than we'd expect.
Yeah.
That might be pricing or that you would expect with what everybody's saying about impossible to find parking.
There's no parking in Almondon in the car parks. Well, I'm
There is
sorry.
in Lydecker.
There is in Lydecker, there is in Amberley Lane
Yes,
every
you-
day this week.
Yes, you have to pick and choose your times for aim and relay.
Yeah, because it depends what's on at the sports
Yes,
centre.
but, because I have to say, not just by the by, I came down one day last week and there was I couldn't find a single car parking space anywhere, including Lydecker. So something obviously was going on, I don't know why, it was very unusual. I drove around and didn't get one in the end, but that's not, usually you can find a space.
The interesting thing is more than 50 spaces in the town or on street parking currently are being used by the two developments, the workers.
That may be
We've-
why there's pressure. you know.
Yes.
We've got that information from them that at 25 on each side
Really?
are coming in by car parking either
Which
with
one?
sorry?
Which eye?
the James Marshall House and
James
Walton
Marshall
Road.
and the hotel, the hotel,
Yeah.
the hotel
Because
side.
Yeah.
this school have complained bitterly that the parents said there's nowhere to park to pick up the children
Well, because they're parking there all the
because
time.
they're parked there.
But then that's going to end very shortly.
Yes. They're both more or less complete, aren't they?
Well, part one is stage one, we've got the other bit on the...
They still are doing.
But anyway, it's just interesting
Yeah.
that
Yes.
the district are doing a bit of research at the moment that they understand that there's up to 50 cars.
So when they go, that's going to impact again.
Anyway,
Any future large development is going to be well away from the town centre.
What's at the public hall? Yeah. Yeah.
Can I go slightly? Everybody goes to show it. I didn't.
Yes, sir.
Briefly.
No.
Don't tell me now, but I'd be interested to know what happened.
Well, anyway, I just thought I'd flag up.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, I would,
you know,
I would
bit of
like
thinking
to
about
see,
what's happening in Lydecker.
something on utilisation in Lydecker,
Yeah.
because we get a lot of complaints about not being able to park, and if we're finding out that it's partly because they don't know where to go,
Yes.
or maybe improve the information.
I mean, I can understand if they go to to Sainsbury's or somewhere they've got a lot of shopping,
Yeah.
but for a lot of other things, if people are going out for lunch or the hairdressers or something, it's not exactly far to walk, is it?
Mm.
Sorry, we'll diversify.
Right, any other comments on the budgetary control report?
No, not
Okay, well, can I ask you to note the report, colleagues? The report is duly noted. And if we move on to item 7.3, which is the big one, the budget for 2019-20. I would again like to thank officers for giving us a budget where we don't have to increase the fee set and where growth has actually been funded by national income.
brilliant.
So,
Yes.
very good. So any comments or queries on the budget?
Apart from endorsing what you just said, can I pick up the PWLB loan? It comes up also on page 24, but we're near the end of, we've paid one off, have we? And there's one outstanding.
There's one outstanding. This one gets paid off in early 2019, and the next one, final one, in 2020.
What is the one we paid off before? What's the one still outstanding?
I don't know specifically, I'm afraid. I can find out quite easily.
Just out of interest.
Well, I suppose one of them was the loan to pay for the building, pay for this building.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
two
Two loans for this building.
One of them is about, I think it's been 25 years.
Yes.
Okay, and we couldn't pay it off early because there was early payment penalty.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You say there the associated reduction in Ryder Park fees offset by increased income, but we still can need to really know why Ryder can suddenly fall off a bit.
Yeah, find what's going on there. I would like to ask a question, please. You're saying estimate for 2017, the forecast for 17-18. Is that because the audit's not been complete?
Where's that?
I think that's a typing mistake.
Oh, do you
I thought it might be.
Oh.
Yeah, the column's not moved across. The heading's not moved across, sorry.
You spotted something?
Yeah.
What page is that on?
Those middle columns are all budgets for this year, latest forecast for this year, and estimate for next year.
Yeah.
Apologies for that.
Interesting on page 22 to see what projection of the preceptors for the 2 years after the next one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just our forecast of what we think it's going to be at this stage. But again, this time next year, we'll look at the parameters, see what inflationary pressures are on,
I think
and then go through it.
would be a lot more if you hadn't got the commercial income coming in there.
Well, yes, because either it was going to have been a lot higher precept increase,
Double figures.
or we'd have to cut back on some of the things we do for the town.
Especially when you can't councils coming in.
So just remember, colleagues, everything's out. Yeah. So 2019-20 is 2020-21.
Yes.
And 2020-21 is 2021.
2021,
So
yes.
we've got a 3-year forecast
Yes.
here.
Let's see the forecast for, what's it on page 23, the forum expenses goes up quite dramatically, isn't it? From 2021 to 19,400 from 16 odd thousand.
Yeah, it's
Is it postage? Is it the through the door stuff?
it is. Yeah, it's the cost of design, printing, and postage with the inflation pressures on there, but also looking at the size of the publication. We're trying to get more information put into it.
Okay.
Yes. And although I suppose one could argue about looking at doing for people who'd like it electronically, it actually has, I think, far greater impact
Through the door.
whacking through your letterbox.
Well, electronically, you glance at
People won't
you
read
lose
it, they won't look at it, no.
Whereas through your door, you
I've
leave
been asked
it.
support to get it
Check.
in the format it does go out on, because I think people then will look at it.
Yeah.
We've got quick references, all the councils on it, if you need them, you know, this sort of stuff.
Well, the other thing that concerns me is we're moving more and more to electronic, and there's still people who do not have email accounts, and so you gradually exclude them from the democratic process, which is unfair.
Yeah, you're right. We don't intend going having an email address. Yeah.
Well, it's just... But we're expecting, just looking at the cost of forum, but we're anticipating that it will be flat on the advertising income.
At this stage, we've not put the prices up for the
No.
adverts, so
Well,
keep the same number of
it's the
adverts.
balance, isn't it? Because you don't want to
We said
start losing advertisers.
not too much advertising space, more balance, don't we?
Yes. And you
If you
also
increase, remember, if you increase the total space in it, you can increase the
you could
total.
get some more, might get to the squeezing a couple more ads.
They're waiting list of people trying to get on.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
There's never a shortage. If we have a gap, we can always put someone in.
Yeah. That's good publication. Very good.
Any other Comment?
No, I was going to mention, right, I think that was
Somebody else got it?
Yes.
Yes,
You got there first.
I think we will have the same thought.
Yes.
This one thing, page 25, I think I know the answer. The purchase of minibuses, they'll be registered in town council's name, won't they?
Yes.
So it's 30,000 each.
This is somebody can't make off with them.
Where do we find those?
There's a report going to council on Tuesday night.
Is that-
about it.
Yes,
I haven't read it yet. But
yes,
it's in there, is it?
yes, it is.
It's in blue.
Is it in blue?
It's in blue.
Yes.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Any other questions, Colin?
I was just thinking Northampton Park, eventually, hopefully we'll get some more money together. I mean, there is some money set aside, isn't there, for the Northampton play area, but we've really got to find out what we want and then get quotations, etc. So it won't appear on.
There's nothing in the budget for Northampton. It's not at this stage. It's
No,
still
and we're a long way off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about
And Northampton is actually a district council.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So they're not figures, death by figures, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got through it, actually. Yeah, we've gone through all that up.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the budget, isn't it, basically? This is it.
service by service.
This goes into the next Tuesday's council agenda?
No, it goes to the end of January one.
Yeah, okay. Right. Sorry, I haven't read your agenda yet. I will.
So are we content to go to recommendations? Or do you have some more?
No, no.
Right. We've been asked to recommend to council the total budget for 2019-20 is £1,366,950 as set out in Appendix A. Yeah, agreed. The Harbordton Town Council preset for 2019-20 of £1,019,630, representing a council tax base Band D equivalent of 72.29, subject to confirmation of the council tax base figure of 14,105 be approved. I would ask you to note that this preset represents a zero increase on the 2018-2019 preset, so we're not putting that tax up. Can we please note that? And I would ask you to note the medium-term financial plan included in Appendix A. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Agenda item 7.4 is the National Association of Local Councils subscription for 2019-20. And the NALC is the representative body for all local councils in England. Membership of NALC is linked to membership of the County Association and Hertfordshire Association of Parish and Town Councils. We are being asked to approve the renewal of the membership of NALC and HAPTC for 2019 at a cost of £3,042.15.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify. I didn't declare an interest because I'm on the executive as now as the Harpenden councillor, so I don't think I need to declare an interest, do I?
You're a representative, aren't you?
Yes. I'm on the executive, so I don't think I need to declare an interest now.
You don't?
No, those who are appointed not nominee on that committee.
Okay.
Can I ask one quick question?
Actually, I don't think you should vote, Rosemary.
I won't vote.
Probably not.
I won't. No, I won't vote. I think that's easy. I don't think I need to leave the room, but I won't vote.
You don't vote, yeah.
I'll ask 3.4, right, for quality gold status, that cost any more money or is it just paperwork?
It's mainly paper. There's a registration fee which we've already done. Now the case of putting together the paperwork case study.
It's not an additional lump sum problem.
Okay, any questions about this? No? So, well, can I have a vote to approve the renewal of the membership, please? Thank you. So that's approved. Right, moving on to agenda item 7.5, which is the municipal calendar of meetings for 2019-20. We're being asked to approve this and forward it to council.
Right.
It's fairly difficult to make out what it
Can
actually is.
I suggest, if you take it to council, we have the official code.
Yeah, because you're very welcome.
I understood hard copies like this were sent to you members on this committee.
No, we got it.
No, we don't.
It was the right one.
Do you spellings?
Yeah.
That's it, can't read, does it matter?
And can I suggest, if anybody spots anything now, please bring
Oh,
up.
assuming I'm re-elected, I will be sending my apologies if I'm on that committee for the 3rd of December.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll approve it now.
Yeah.
If anybody spots anything, we'll let officers know. And what's likely to happen is usually overlap with something at some other
Sometimes
time.
they have to, you know, sometimes.
Yes.
Well, we do it on the
Also, it's not
information.
random, so it's
We do all the information we know now. The thing is with district is that they then create meetings for
Yes,
business
I
that they
know.
need to cover, and they just call them meetings.
I know, it gets quite difficult to manage.
Please also bear in mind that this is going to go to council in the end of January, so there's time between now and then if you're in that can be made.
And have we got the 24th of May again? No? So I'm happy. Our special meetings on the Augustus. Right. Can I ask to approve this and forward it with the addendum that anybody spots anything, I'll get back to you. Okay, thanks. Agenda item 7.6 is about citizens' advice in Harpenden. We have asked them to give us regular monitoring information which they have. We will have that monitoring information provided to this committee on an ongoing basis. And we have the first 6 months in Harpenden. I think it makes very interesting reading. And I actually think they're in their new venue, they're considerably busy than they were.
Yes, particularly being on the High Street, I think
It's
a much better location, yes.
A much better location for them.
I think it's, well, I think it is. It was interesting, isn't it? The highest number of clients came from West.
Yeah, that's right, yeah, we talked about it.
Bear in mind that West does cover the High Street area.
Yeah,
It could be that
The High Street, they're also saying that the ones from Hampton, Bovington, etc., from out of area.
Yes.
There are
Well,
people who work on the High Street.
yes.
I suppose people who don't live in Hartland and work in High Street, can they pop into?
Yes, they could pop in.
They can.
Yes.
Is that Methodist Church pretty firmed up now for,
I believe so.
yeah, hopefully?
Possibly.
For anybody from North.
Was there a 3-year, 3-year SLA? Is this the first year we're in?
Yes.
We're in coming the first year, yes.
Yeah.
3 years, yeah. Is it run the same as our financial years or? No more questions.
And it's interesting what they're asking them about. But I think it'd be good to continue to get this information.
Yes, I think it's helpful. Yes.
It's helpful. It shows that our money is being well spent.
Yeah, we routinely said thank you to June Chapman.
I'm sure Carl has, but I can just...
Do you mind offering it's an awful lot of the work they've done, if you don't say thank you. At least one
Yeah.
word thanks, you know what I mean?
I know.
Yes, I think it would be good.
It's committed.
Just do
I
thanks.
haven't bumped into her recently.
I do know June fairly well.
Yes.
I was in there.
Just say, Chair, I think it's a good set of statistics. I don't know how easy it is to do, but sort of the percentage of successful outcomes. I mean,
They might
I
not
suppose
know.
that's difficult.
I don't think they can do that because that's not, you can't really measure that because of how they work and what they do. I don't really
Yeah.
think that, I'm not sure that would be viable because it's not
It's not a cut and dry.
cut and dried.
That's the spirit, they'll get feedback on. People are
It's
happy.
not-
you know
And
what I
you
mean?
see, and
If it works,
yes.
they don't come back.
And it varies because, I mean, just to survive, because I mean, I've visited them, I went to visit and spent some time with them.
I can see it's
You
difficult.
can, you might have someone who comes to see them
Hmm.
and it's a piece of advice and it could be sort of fairly, discreet piece of advice and you can deal with it instantly.
Hmm.
They may have other people they need a lot more advice, they need to make appointments or see them differently. Or there may be people they refer on, so you can't really
No, I can
do
understand,
that.
yeah, but...
Do we carry any sort of issues downstairs and we
so if anyone comes in here, we can refer them. Not
Oh, yeah, we do.
We do,
Yeah.
we do refer them on, so they come in, you'll ask them questions.
Yeah, we just tell them the new location and, yeah.
Chair, I would like to raise something about them, but I would rather do it under blue after the
Yep.
things have been switched off, please.
Okay. If you could remind me.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yep. So, as a first recommendation, can we note the monitoring information which we have received?
Yep.
Yep, thank you. And moving on, in fact, we're there, and we will now move into exempt business. And with your agreement, colleagues, you'll
Yep.
include part A and move into part B.